I found my wife moaning in our living room. Her stepbrother, also her trainer, was on top of her, right there on our couch. I yanked him by the hair, bounced his head off our TV, and shoved them both out into the hallway. Naked. You know how they say your life can change in an instant? Yeah, it can. My name's Lucas. I'm 32. 6 months ago, I thought I had it all figured out. A steady marketing job, a decent Chicago apartment, a wife I adored. I was wrong. Dead wrong. How it started, it was a cold Tuesday in October, a big client. Needed more time to review, which is corporate for. We're shopping your deck to competitors. So I went home early. I thought I'd surprise my wife, Harper, with Thai takeout and that bottle of wine we kept saving for a special occasion. I stepped out of the elevator and heard music pumping through our door. Harper doesn't blast music, ever. The deadbolt wasn't on. Another red flag. I opened the door. Then I heard it. A moan. Her moan. And unless my wife had learned to be in two places at once, that sound meant exactly what you think it meant. Warm lamplight. Our gray sectional. Harper, on top of her. Trey Morrison, her stepbrother. Her trainer, the guy she'd been working with 5 nights a week. My brain didn't ask questions. It moved. Briefcase down. Grabbed Trey's hair. Crack. Right into the 65-inch Samsung. He hit the floor, bleeding. I dragged them to the door and kicked them both out into the hallway. Clothes followed. Door slammed. Deadbolt clicked. Mrs. O'Neill across the hall filmed every second. Good. Let them all see. The backstory, Trey, isn't random. He's family by marriage. Harper's mom, Denise, is on husband number 4. She married Rick Morrison. Rick came with Trey, former high school hero, current gym bro with too much cologne. Harper and I met at Northwestern. I'm spreadsheets and meal prep. She's spontaneous and charming. We moved in. I worked. She job hopped. We married. For 2 years, life was normal. Then came health goals. Harper turned 29 and decided she needed a trainer. Enter Trey. He worked at Elite Edge Fitness, a bougie gym with better lighting and motivational quotes. Family discount, she said. $40 a session, 3 times a week. I didn't want to be the insecure husband. I said yes. The bill didn't stop at $40. New athleisure, supplements, pre-workout, post-workout. It's an investment in my health, she said. For a while she glowed, more energy, more smiles. Then the red flags stacked up, showering at. The gym, late sessions, constant texts, and that expensive cologne that wasn't from the locker room. At Rick's 60th birthday, Harper sat next to Trey, their own private bubble. She wore the gold bracelet I'd given her, one she'd sworn was lost. Oh, found it in my gym bag, she said, smiling like she wanted me to notice. I noticed. I said nothing. That was my mistake. The 3 a.m. warning a week later, I couldn't. Sleep. At 3 a.m., a memory popped up, a weird text from months earlier. I dug through deleted messages and found it. Trey has done this before. He targets married women for money. Check his finances. I had ignored it. Not anymore. The digital trail Trey used our Wi-Fi. Harper had given him the password. I logged into the router and pulled the connection logs, his phone, his tablet, his laptop. Auto-sync on all of it. Within hours, I had a map of his digital life. Cloud photos labeled training, not workout pics, Harper in our home. Message threads, explicit, mocking. Lucas is so clueless, it's almost sad. Then I found the money. Deposits, $500 to $3,000, hitting regularly. Insurance claims, fake injuries. A doctor named Patricia Mendez signing off, license suspended in 3 states. This wasn't just an affair, it was a business. A scam targeting married women with trusting husbands. Calling a heavy hittery called Daniel Price, a former federal prosecutor I'd worked with on a corporate fraud case. I brought everything, photos, logs, claims, banking. He reviewed it and smiled like a shark. Wire fraud. Mail fraud? Insurance fraud. Conspiracy, he said. We're going federal. Step 1. Emergency restraining orders. Serve the same day, on Harper and Trey. Document everything. Engage with nothing. Rick, the stepdad, showed up drunk and furious. Threatened me at my door, on camera, with neighbors watching. We added him to the order. The parking garage showdown. 2 days later, Trey violated the order and cornered me by the garage. "I know people," he hissed. "Drop the case." I filmed him. I stayed calm. Then a stranger stepped in, Cole Harding. "Trey ruined my marriage 18 months ago," he said, holding a folder thick with proof. Turns out I wasn't alone. Cole had bank records, texts, and more victims. We teamed up. The spotlight enter Rachel Kwan from the Chicago Tribune, 15 years of exposing white-collar crime. She dug in, hard. Elite Edge wasn't just looking the other way. They were recruiting. Problem trainers, sharing client data, and settling complaints with NDAs. Her 4-part series, Trainer of Deception, Lies, Lust, and Insurance Fraud at Elite Edge, blew up. The FBI moved. The Illinois Attorney General launched an investigation. Elite Edge's stock cratered. Class actions piled up. Victims came forward in 6 states. This wasn't a scandal. It was a takedown. Consequences, Harper took a plea. 30 months in federal prison. Restitution owed. Trey got 4 years. Plus years of repayments that will outlive his ego. Dr. Mendez got 5, and the IRS found hidden income across 4 states. Justice doesn't fix everything. It doesn't return time or trust, but it closes doors that should never open again. Starting. Overy sold the apartment. New place, clean slate. No industrial chic I never liked. I kept what was mine. Books, music, knives, and discipline. Everything else went. A civil settlement with Elite Edge followed. Life-changing. I launched Right Security Solutions. Now I help companies spot fraud, train teams, and shut down schemes before they become headlines. 6 months later, I've got an office overlooking the river and more peace than I've felt in years. On my desktop. I keep one photo. Our old gray sectional. Empty. A reminder. When someone turns your life into a crime scene, you don't just survive. You rebuild. Smarter, stronger, harder to break.